What's going on, guys? My name is Martinotti, and this is Kentucky Route Zero Act 4. Holy crap, what an amazing thing it is to be able to finally say that. I can't even express. I'm using hand movements and everything. How amazing this is. Act 4 came out this morning. It has been at least 2 years since Act 3. I want to say Act 3 was May of 14, so it has been at least 2 years. Act 1, I'm pretty sure, was June of 13. So it's been a total of 3 years since this series started, and I don't remember a damn thing. I know we're trying to deliver a package. I think we are on the zero. There was music and people in dresses, and that's all I got. So we're going to jump right in today. Hopefully the story will sort of explain itself as we get into it. I'm expecting really big things. I've been following Cardboard on Twitter for quite a while, so I've seen a little bit of what's going on. But yeah, we're just going to jump right in and hope for the best. Holy crap. I have no idea what's going on. But that appears to be an animatronic woolly mammoth. Manual 5.4. Context backlash. Okay. General wear on the gestural gear mounting apparatus, 5A-1, may result in undesirable play between teeth in the context and history state machine gears, causing stuttering, slippage, resetting, skipping. Yeah, this could be slippage. If left unresolved, gear slop may gradually throw limbs out of alignment, blend motions, and decontextualize gestures. See also section 1.8, general troubleshooting, and 5.3, gesture context. Alright. Gesture context. 5.3, gesture context. All gestures happen in a context, the set of preceding gestures in the overall orientation, and extended variables such as time of day and interior affect gear angles. Okay. Yeah, that'll do, book. I don't want to read it back to front. Yeah, I think that's good enough. My savior! Our friend here is in a bad way. Any insight? Alright. Let's see. Time to push that mammoth out to pasture. No! I'll try to stay clear of high voltage these days. Okay. I don't at all blame you, especially down here, on the water I mean. Sure, it's dangerous, but this is where she lives. And what brings you to the Echo tonight? I guess I always end here eventually. The river is like that, always has been. We picked you up at the bureau tonight. Never seen you that far upriver before. I hope that doesn't mean you've been traveling on the Zero. Have you been there? The Zero? Oh, no, not me. This old river rat steers clear of weird highways. I don't blame him, really. I've been traveling on this river for more than half my life, more or less alone. I think I've seen it change quite a bit in all those years, but I can't say for sure. The water has a peculiar way of making a person forgetful. Some nights I remember a place, but it's still full of strange new people. And some nights I meet an old friend on an unfamiliar shore. Okay, that's kind of creepy. Still doesn't explain the mammoth. I wonder which kind of night this is. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Act 4, Scene 1. The mucky mammoth. Alright. Will or Kate? Let's go with Kate. Oh, it's a Doberman. Maybe. It's a dog, at least. Alright, let's talk to Kate. How's that cold river spray treating you? I thought I saw you squinting. It's hard water, you know. Hard on the eyes. It still irritates mine a little, and I'm piloting a tugboat through it 6 nights a week. Don't be too shy to close them in public. Your eyes, I mean. People will just assume you're thoughtful. You need tea. So, oh Jesus. Agrosibly Agerita? Definitely. Peppermint, dried spring, asparagus, milk, thistle, dried reishi? Reishi? I have no idea what any of this is. What are all those for? Eye strain. Dried spring agaricus masks the taste of the rest of it. Dried reishi, in particular, has an eccentric flavor profile. It's a mushroom-based. I'm a big believer in the fungal pharmacy. Is that your dog? Yeah, that's Valkyrie. We call her Val. She's a rescue. Isn't she dignified? I've always thought so. Yeah, very dignified. I hope you enjoy the trip on our little mammoth. Take advantage of all the amenities. Fresh air, cozy bunks, hot tea, the video room. Ooh. There are some pretty interesting tapes down there, actually. Usually, I mean. Weird. Watch out for that Watch out that VCR doesn't take your hands off. Don't take your hands off, though. It's untrustworthy. That was a weird one. Oh, watch out that VCR doesn't take your hand off, though. I see. Wow, what kind of VCR are we talking about? What's wrong with the VCR? I could take a look. Oh, please do. I don't know anything about electronics. Maybe try a few different tapes. You'll get the picture. Haha. It's a TV joke. Hey, do me a favor. Go ask Will how the repairs are going and if he needs anything. We're coming up on our next stop here, just refueling and picking up a few things. I could grab a bolt or some wire or something, whatever he needs. Well, eyes on the road. Yes, eyes on the road. 'Cause there isn't a road, it's a boat. Only the best jokes here on the Mammoth. Only the best jokes. Alright, so I guess we're going below deck. I haven't seen a cat in this game, so I'm guessing that it's a new creature. Oh, we're not going below deck. We're going back over here. Alright. Singing quietly. For we on mold and whiskey fed, and oh! Wet gears. Wet gears? Probably. Who knows? First thing I tried anyway. Down here, by this little blue box, I took all the gears out and dried each one by hand. Then I loaded them back in again. That took care of the grinding sound, but her trunk keeps doing that sparking, clanking, weeping thing. Ooh, that's not good. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really qualified for this work. Kate's a friend. You know how it is, don't you? How do you two know each other? So, ever walked through rolling farmland? Sure, along the highway. Along the highway, that's what I mean, or smaller roads. Well, I sure did. I slipped under or over fences. I walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted and tilled the earth with my toes. Hey, I should tell you where I left my shoes. Did you know I'm a classically trained organist? It's true. Look at these long fingers and pedal-gripping toes. It doesn't matter. A minor in French literature earned me a teaching position. Artad Tozalta at the university. Interesting. Well, some shitty governor cut state funding for our department, and I was demoted to mopping floors, running wiring through walls, or in dangerous places. I even operated the soundboard at the student theater. I left my shoes there, at the university. It was a protest. Walk without shoes on. Something important or tragic. I ended up by the shore, and soon I was drifting along the Echo. It ran for a while above ground then. Doesn't anymore. I prefer subterranean waters anyway. Kate brings me along, and I record what I see and hear. I try to help with the maintenance. I drop off the mail and pick up the trash. On occasion, I take the helm. Anyway, that's all I try to remember anymore. I listen to the river's stories, and my own stories get fainter and fainter. Well, I'll just keep drying gears, I guess. You do you, man. You do you. Ezra runs up to Shannon. Whoa, slow down. It's slippery up on deck. Do you have batteries? Yeah, of course. What for? Johnny said I could use his tape recorder, but it needs a battery. Oh, fun. Well, here's 4 different kinds. Surely one of them will fit. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Ezra. Oh man, he's in like suit and stuff. And then he's not at all in suit and stuff. So I guess now we're Ezra. I'm gonna talk to Will again. You got the batteries, small man? Go get some tape. Yeah, let's go get some tape. Oh, old Blue's just sitting out here. Oh man, look at those transition effects. Oh my god. This is beautiful. Oh, we got some musicians. Interesting. Let's talk to all of them at once. Johnny to June. Oh, it's those musicians. I see. Really? You were in trance. Don't you remember this? It's okay. We've all seen a lot of concerts. Serrano opened. His tape machine was broken or something. It got really cosmic. Right, at the flower shop? I remember that show. Just sorry, Clara. Well, you have a second chance to hear it tonight. That was fast. Got the batteries? Let's see. Perfect. This one'll do. So, hit this button here to record. Hold it right here so you don't cover the microphone with your hand. I bet you'll find a lot of good sounds just around the tugboat. There's plenty of tape in there, so don't be stingy with it. Just record anything that catches your ear. It really changes the way you listen, for the better, I mean. Are you playing a concert tonight? I could record that. Yeah, Clara here came all the way from Lithuania just to do this Echo River gig. Oh man, she's gonna be disappointed. It's a tour. Tomorrow I'll be in Nashville and then Atlanta, and then I go over to the coast. Brutal. Well, we were lucky she's making a stop. Johnny and I saw her play once, and I remember loving it. Johnny was moved. Speaking of Serrano, it's his night at the Rum Colony. Gate said he usually stops off there. Well, that's ideal. I'm supposed to meet a lady there to look at some old engine parts about 3 hours ago. Ah. 3 hours goes fast at the Rum Colony, ma'am. I bet she's still there. I hope we don't stop there too long. My concert is soon, and I don't want to keep them waiting. Nah, it's river time. Nobody expects you to be punctual. Hey, why don't you give that tape recorder a try? See if that cat over there has anything he wants to say. I often use found sounds in my music. If you find some interesting sounds tonight, you can help me out. Alright, then we shall do just that. Oh, there's the cat, hiding behind something. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, that doesn't sound like a friendly cat. But at least we got one meow out of it all. Alright, and we have once again switched characters. Alright, what do we have to say? You know, it's the strangest thing. I can't remember why I came up here. Fresh air? Maybe. It's homey in that cabin, though, and warm. It's just that thing about... what was it? When you walk through a door. When you go into the kitchen for something, and as soon as you pass from one room into another, you forget what you wanted. You have to walk back out, just remember, like you left part of your brain behind. Hey, I wonder if you could follow that brain crumb trail all the way back to the room I was born in. Deep. Looks cold down there. And dark. You weren't in the cabin long. Get any sleep? I had a weird dream. Yeah, that's when you get the strangest dreams. When you're not off, right? Just kind of dip your toes into sleep and some weird image floats by and takes a nibble. There's all kind of trash out there. Could have fallen off the hull back there. I think that kid was playing on the trash barge earlier. Huh, should I be worried? Hey, he keeps himself entertained. We'll go with that. Yes. It's good for him. It's important to know how to, how to be alone and all that fun stuff. What's up, huh? You look like there's something you want to ask. Fine, you can ask it. One question. Did you really have to work at hard times? Didn't seem so bad, did it? It's a way to live. I mean, rent a bed, eat at the cafeteria. Not like I have a choice. Well, I think you do have a choice. I've got to repay my debt. Hell, I should be grateful for the opportunity. If you want to die with any dignity, you've got to settle up. That's why it's such a damn shame people go all sudden. Oh, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. Oh, man. That's cool. So we really are underground. This is no joke. This is in fact a subterranean river. I'm sure I talk too much. Everyone on this river does. The problem is that we listen twice as much as that. We're only telling half of the stories we hear. Kate told me that I ought to have been a photographer. She said, "You have an uncanny way of being in the place at the time, of having been in the place at the time the thing happened there. And that's the hardest part of taking a photograph anyway." That's for her to say, but it isn't true. Though I know I picked about every story on this river, most of them just picked up second, third, or fourth hand and so on, listening, see? Now, I know what you're going to ask, so I'm going to answer it. Yes, I'm sure they're all true. I personally believe a story gets more true as it's tossed around from brain to brain, and the whole community brings their insight to bear on the brittle facts of experience. There are a few Echo River stories I witnessed directly. I saw that big owl migration pass through. You might have heard about that. I was there when the old train station flooded. I saw the ghost of Stephen Bishop brew up on a patch of white lightning on a raft. Or, anyway, I talked to a few sailors who'd recently crossed paths with him, and I suspect sampled his wares. One night when I was working on the Mucky Mammoth, we picked up a gaggle of passengers headed down to a mail drop by the silo of Late Reflections. I knew a couple of them in passing, a pair of traveling musicians who I'm often encountered on the river. The others were strangers to meet me at the time, a young woman, a small boy, and an old man whose name I didn't catch. Oh, and a smelly old dog. I think we know them. We docked at a gas station, so the Mammoth could refuel. Okay, so now we're in like an omniscient, like, I don't know if we're actually listening to anybody on the ship, unless we're listening to Kate, or Nate, or Will. What were the people? I don't know. Okay. Ezra stayed on the tugboat and looked around the map room. Ezra followed Junebug and Johnny into the gas station. I want to see the map room. That sounds cool. Act 4, Scene 2. The Mucky Mammoth. Interesting. I guess we gotta look at the lookout. Ezra watches the lake drift by. He sees a boat covered with silver frogs, a floating gas station, 5 small boats tethered together with silver rope, a small island covered with barnacles. What a relief. Thanks for taking the wheel. Our secret okay? What does this lever do? That controls the winch, if we need a little more slack on our hull or something. I should have probably explained it to you earlier, huh? Looking outside. Oh, hey, there's a gas station. I was hoping we'd cross paths soon. It just kind of drifts around. You never know where you'll meet it. As you can see by this dial right here, our fuel situation is pretty desperate. I have a bad habit of letting that needle spend a lot of time in the red zone. We should only be docked at the gas station for a few minutes refueling. You might just want to stay aboard. So, you like boats? Yeah, my dad had a boat for a while. Oh, what kind of boat? Uh, I like this one, remote control. It had a joystick to drive it, and we put it in a pond near our old house. Ah, I see. So this one's a little bigger. Same idea, though. So, what else did I neglect to explain earlier? This area here is called the wheelhouse. All these gauges and controls help me understand what's going on with the mucky mammoth and her haul. This is a compass, but it doesn't work so well down here for some reason. I just go by landmarks, basically, and lights. Did you see those two lights on the side of the boat? A red one and a green one? All the other boats have them too. Some are different colors and in different configurations. If you cross paths with someone, right away you can work out what kind of boat they're in and what direction they're going, even in the dark. It's all about looking up here. The other half of piloting the boat happens down in the map room. Speaking of which, have we passed the big rock that looks like a dinosaur yet? Ooh. We passed a tall building covered in Christmas lights. Ah, river folks call that the lighthouse. It used to be an art museum, but their collection went out of fashion, and they had to put it all in storage. I don't know if that's quite how museums work. I don't know who put those Christmas lights up. Some artist, I guess. That's weird. We should have definitely passed the dinosaur rock by now. Oh, wait, there it is, up ahead, see? Wow, that's my new favorite rock. It's great, right? What was your old favorite rock? It's actually a really good question. Good energy, oh god. Big rock in the woods, little rock. Oh, I like this one. A little rock I found that looked like a rainbow when you held it in the sunlight. Cool. It's strange though. According to my charts, we should have passed the dinosaur before the lighthouse. But that's okay. Sometimes the charts need updating. Hey, Will is down in the map room right now. Could you run down and adjust the charts with him to move the lighthouse so it comes a little earlier on our route than Dinosaur Rock? Map room is below deck on the lower level right next to the sleeping quarters. I'll get on the intercom and let him know you're coming. Oh, we can record sounds. Come on, dog. Say something. Nothing? Huh. Maybe not. Maybe he's just so well behaved that he doesn't say a sound. Alright, well there's Conway, still missing half of his body. I guess we'll go down to the lower deck where the cat is? Or maybe it's below the cat. Yeah, I guess we're going all the way down. All the way to the map room. Oh, she's playing a theremin. Can I record that sound? Wow, this is harder than it looks. Yeah, it takes a certain kind of ear. Oh, like perfect pitch? Do you have that? Not really that, it's more like muscle memory. When I'm playing the theremin, I kind of hear with my hands. I must sound ridiculous. No, I think I get it. Huh. Yeah, a little more practice. Alright, let's talk to Will. Salutations, small man. Kate says you have an adjustment for our charts. Good timing, I'm checking my copies. That's how we keep our charts up to date. As we pass through a section of the river or the lake, I draw a new copy of the map and make adjustments for anything we see that doesn't quite match. Will points to a small drawing. Okay, so this is where we have Dinosaur Rock marked now. This little dinosaur drawing. I drew that. What kind of dinosaur is it? Oh, you know, just a dinosaur. And this here is where we thought the lighthouse was. But I guess we've got to move it back a bit. But how far, I wonder? Any ideas? Anything else you remember about when you saw the lighthouse? The water got really dark for a little bit. Aha! Well, that put the lighthouse somewhere in here. That's the only part of the chart before Dinosaur Rock where the lake deepens noticeably. Good work. That should do it for the new copy. Oh, I made some other corrections, tucked in the blanks a little, made this section deeper and left off the shipwreck that must have washed away or been scavenged into splinters. Of course, it means a lot of clutter, all these old copies. Say, I was just about to throw this stack out. Maybe you'd like to hang on to one. They're out of date, but they could be fun to look at. These are mostly river charts, I think. Take a look through and see if one of them catches your eye. Sure, I'll do that. Rough, torn map. Faded old map. That's a tough one. I think we're gonna have to go with old. Here, turn it around like... There you go. There's no real idea of north down here, magnetic or otherwise, so we just hold the maps with the current pointing down. The river curves clockwise around a few small islands. A note is scribbled along the margin. Islands just below the surface, only visible under bright light. They come and go, the islands that is. I still mark them if I see them. Let's look at the torn map then. The edges of the map are torn in gentle strips, probably by an idle hand and an absent mind. Oh, yeah, I remember that day. Slow currents, boring. Not that I mind, it's healthy to get a little bored sometimes. A long tear runs in a clockwise curve along the paper. Through the middle of the river, the two sides are held together by paper clips, woven into the paper like stitches. Alright, well, I mean, we gotta look at the crisp one too, then. Come on, can't just let that go by. That one I found wrapped in plastic, quite well preserved. I wrapped it up like that so the chalk wouldn't smear. Must have lost my pencil that day. I don't remember. The river curves clockwise. There are no islands marked, but few landmarks are indicated with chalk circles. That one was the lighthouse. Oh man. I think we're gonna have to go with the old one. That's the coolest one with the lighthouses under the water. Nice. Well, thanks for your help with the chart adjustments. Our next stop is a bar called the Rum Colony. But I guess you're not much of a barfly. But you might like to run around on the beach. And the decor is... well, I'd be curious to hear what you think of it. Alright. That gas station isn't anchored to anything. It follows the current. We might run into it anywhere along the river. Kate just starts looking for it when she's low on fuel, and the echo provides. It's not usually on the lake, though. That was strange. Kate had a theory. She thought the rude weather upstairs was flooding the river, and everyone headed down to the lake to ride it out on calmer waters. Anyway, my mechanical musician friends went ashore for a bit, too, looking for some snack foods. Kate doesn't stock anything aboard the Mucky Mammoth that doesn't grow wild, and it's not to everyone's taste, that's for sure. Or maybe just to stretch their limbs and charge their batteries. They came back looking kind of confused, though. I don't mean confused like, not when somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, but you feel like you should, and you know that you get that kind of alarmed blankness in your mind's eye. Not like that. They look confused like when you see two kinds of motor oil, and they cost the same, and you've never heard of either of them, and you read all the text on both packages, but all that new information just makes the choice seem even more impossible. You might be inclined to flip a coin, but how could you with something that important? Naturally, I assume they met the gas station attendant, a man as anonymous and itinerant as the place itself, but I assume he talked their ear off. Everyone on this river does, but I know that fellow well enough to know he wouldn't want us reminiscing on him now. So, they came back aboard, Mammoth refueled, and we ambled on toward the Rum Colony. Alright guys, I think that's gonna do it for today. I don't know. There's something about these games that I want to keep playing, and I know if I do, then it'll be over quicker, and well, that's not really the point now, is it? So, I think I'll call it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I gotta say, it's nice to be back again. I really missed Kentucky Route Zero, and we will be back shortly in episode 2 of Act 4. See you later.